So today's recipe is going to start a little bit different because I am using a mix. The recipe called for a mix, so we're going to go with that. Today we are making Susan's Petal cake. So to start, we are going to have an angel food cake mix or chiffon cake that we are going to make according to the directions, except you want to mix it in an oven-proof mixing bowl because we're going to bake it in this. My mix just calls for 12 egg whites that have been whipped into soft peaks. You add vanilla, whip it more, and then you start mixing the mix. Really simple. So I'm going to start doing that. The only other ingredients you need for this recipe is frosting. It says white frosting, green food coloring, because you tint your own frosting. I made a homemade cream cheese frosting. And you also need 3 pints of your favorite ice cream. They used pistachio, strawberry, coffee, and chocolate. Chocolate, coffee, pistachio, and strawberry. Those are the 4 flavors they used, and I will show you my ice cream choices later when it's time to do that. The angel food cake mix I'm using today is a gluten-free one. I'm not sure how you pronounce the brand, but I've tried other mixes of theirs before and really liked them. Now while the cake cools, I'm going to scoop up the ice creams I chose. I chose chocolate, coffee, white chocolate raspberry, and strawberry. I tried to get the same flavors as they had, but I could not find any pistachio, so I just replaced that with the white chocolate raspberry. part of the cake. We have our angel food cake. This was really nice, actually. I didn't expect it to turn out so well. I didn't have a problem with it sticking anywhere, except for the bottom a tiny bit, but not really. And then I let it sit upside down. I let it cool some, loosen the edges, let it sit upside down with this parchment paper underneath. And so that made the top really flat, which is good. I'm just going to take the knife about maybe a little over an inch in and hold it at an angle and start cutting. Now that I hollowed out the inside of the cake, I'm going to take toothpicks. I'm going to start putting them at equal distances. We're going to use about 8 toothpicks and put them about every 3.5 inches apart. This will vary a little bit depending on what size of bowl you use. And to make sure those are equal, I'm just putting them one on the opposite side to try to get this more even. Now I'm going to take some more toothpicks, and in between each of the toothpicks, about an inch down in the center, I'm going to put another toothpick. Now we're going to take the knife and we're going to go from one of these toothpicks to the center and cut out a little point. And then we just take out all the rest of the toothpicks. Now we're going to take a bowl that's about the same size as the hollow made in your cake. You're going to carefully flip it over. This bowl's actually a little bit bigger, but we'll just have to work with it. It's closest I had to the same size. Brush off any extra crumbs carefully because this is a delicate cake. Now we're going to take some icing that has been tinted green. This is a whipped cream cheese icing that I made, and I will link the recipe for that below because it turned out pretty good. And we're going to do a thin crumb coat on this. I really like how this icing spreads. It has whipped cream in it, so it stays really light and airy, but it also will get firm because of the cream cheese. Now we're just going to take the frosting. For each petal, we're going to do 3 strokes, kind of thickly. hoping my frosting does not slide off because it looks like it wants to. I probably chose the wrong frosting recipe for this. But it's also a very hot day, so we'll just see how this works. Okay, so it looks really cool. Let's just hope it stays. So you'll do a layer of frosting in each petal and then do 3 knife marks. Alright, now that this is done, I'm going to set mine in the fridge just to let the icing firm up a little bit more, then we'll finish assembling. Now take the cake and your cake stand on top, then flip and remove the bowl, and also any crumbs that fell. So now we're going to put the ice cream scoops into the cake, but I'm gonna have to work really fast because I love Haagen-Dazs ice cream, but it melts really fast because it's made with real ingredients, not fake ones. So you gotta be really fast. And I didn't give this as much time as I probably should have to set up. I think this will taste really good, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as pretty. Now I'm going to try to make this look better. I'm going to sprinkle it with some nuts. And I'm going to drizzle this with some chocolate syrup. It's like a giant ice cream sundae. To serve, you take a scoop of the ice cream, or a lump, when it melts everywhere. You put it on the plate, and then cut one of the petals out. Alright, let's try it. I'm sure it'll be good because cake and ice cream. So of course, it tastes amazing. I was a little bit worried that the cake would be too sweet, but it's not actually with the ice cream. And it's really good. Would I make it again? Most likely not. It's a lot of work, even though I did use a mix. And because we buy better quality ice cream, it doesn't really work well for this. It just melts so fast. But it does taste really good, and I will enjoy it. And it was fun to try it out. I feel like this is one of those typical Pinterest ideas that just kind of sort of fails. Tastes fine, but it fails. Anyway, probably won't be making it again, but if you want to try this and you do try it, let me know what you thought. I am decently happy with the results. I don't think it looks amazing, but it was fun to try, and it tastes delicious. So that is it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!